Okay, now we're going to go over simplifying algebraic expressions. Okay, and the first thing we need to talk about is what a term is and what a numerical coefficient is. Now, when you have something like this, negative y, 3x squared, 2x, anything like that, that's a term. Now, the coefficient is the number that's in front of the variable or multiplied by the variable. So if we have 2x, the coefficient is 2. If you have y, since there's not a number in front of y, the coefficient is going to be 1. Because you know you can multiply 1 times y and it would still be y. So the coefficient there is 1. So the coefficient is just the numerical part that's multiplied by the variable. Okay, next, like terms. Okay, like terms have the same variables with the same exponents. For example, 2x squared and 3x squared are like terms because they both have x's and they're both to the same power. Also, if you had x and 4x, those are like terms. If you had xy and 2xy, those are like terms. They just have to have the same variables with the same exponents. Now, if you had something like 2x squared and 3x, those would not be like terms because they don't have the same exponents. Okay, now you can combine like terms, and the way that you combine like terms is just by combining their coefficients. So just combining the numbers that are in front. So, for example, if you had 7x minus 3x, those are like terms because they both have an x. So just combine the numbers that are in front. 7 and minus 3 is 4. So you have 4x. And remember, I always use the signs that are in front of the numbers. Like this 7 is a positive 7 because there's nothing in front. This 3 is a minus 3 because there's a minus in front. Okay, if we have 8x squared plus 2x minus 3x. These two right here are like terms, so we can combine those together. Now you can't combine the 8x squared with them because it has the square on it. So I'm just going to bring that down. Now I'm going to combine these. Remember that I use the signs that are in front, so I'm combining a positive 2 and a negative 3. And that gives me a negative 1 when I combine those. So negative 1x, which is just written as negative x. So 8x squared minus x. Okay, if we have one like 2x plus 3x plus 5 plus 2. Okay, these two are like terms, and these two are like terms. So if we combine our 2x and 3x together, that gives us 5x. 5 plus 2 is 7, and it's a positive 7, so you're going to put a plus 7. Okay, if we have negative 5a minus 3 plus a plus 2. Now you can combine your a's together, so you can combine this one with this one, and then you can combine your numbers without the a's together, so you could put the negative 3 and the plus 2 together. Okay, so if we combine negative 5a plus a, now remember it's like having a 1 in front of that a. So if you combine their coefficients, negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4, so it gives you negative 4a. Okay, now don't put a sign yet. Wait to see if the answer is positive or negative. If it's a negative, put a minus. If it's a positive, put a plus. So now we're going to combine minus 3 or negative 3 with a plus 2. And that's going to give you a minus 1. So it's negative 5a minus, negative 4a minus 1. Now sometimes you'll have to distribute first. For example, if you had 3 times 2x minus 5 plus 1. Okay, distribute your 3. So multiply the 3 times the 2x, and that gives you 6x. Then multiply the 3 times the minus 5, and that gives you minus 15. And bring down the plus 1. Now these two are like terms, so we can combine those. If you put a minus 15 and a plus 1 together, you're going to subtract because they have different signs, and you're going to get negative 14. So it would be minus 14, 6x minus 14. Okay, last example. Negative 2 times 4x plus 7 in parentheses minus 3x minus 1 in parentheses. Okay, on this one we need to make sure we distribute first. So multiply negative 2 times 4x, and that's negative 8x. Multiply negative 2 times 7, and that's negative 14, so put minus 14. Now remember, if there's no number there, that's like having a 1 there. So if you multiply negative 1 times 3x, that gives you a minus 3x. If you multiply negative 1 times a negative 1, it gives you a plus 1. Now we combine our like terms. So we can put this one and this one together. Since they're both negative, we're going to add them. That's negative 11x. And then you're going to put the minus 14 and the plus 1 together. Since their signs are different, you're going to subtract, and it's going to give you negative 13. So it's going to be negative 11x minus 13.